Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Furtado and welcome. So today I'm doing the video that I said on my previous video that I would do, which is the haul of my previous trip, my most recent trip, which was to Paris and Berlin. We spent a total of about 15 days, 6-ish in Paris and the rest in Berlin. So Paris was broken up in two parts. So we flew into Paris, we spent 2 or 3 days, and then Berlin, and then the remainder of the days in Paris. And as of the last few trips, we haven't been spending a lot of time going after perfumes. So we've been more focused on doing things that aren't and really focused on perfumes. So just like living different experiences, because I've found that right now my collection is perfect. Like it's perfect to me. I'm very happy with the perfumes that I have, and as of lately actually I've been buying, when it comes to perfume shopping, I've been mostly buying backups of perfumes that I really have and love. And I know that I would like to have more of those, because my husband and I, we go through a lot of perfumes. You know, often we empty a few bottles in a year. So I've been focused on just, you know, getting more of what I really have and love. And I like the perfumes that the new releases that I have tried. Not a whole lot of them interest me. I find that it's been a while now, I have found out what my taste is, what my style is, and I tend to go toward that. And I find that, you know, a lot of recent or actually the more modern perfumes, they don't really do that much for me unless they're rooted in the classic style. So I will during this trip we bought a total of 8 perfumes. My husband got 2 for himself, which are from Harry Potter. He just had to. They're lovely. We got them in Germany. And yeah, it was one of those fun things, like, oh, Harry Potter perfume. So he just got one of each of the options they had there. And yeah, but of course we still go smelling perfumes whenever we get a chance. We're supposed to go to this one specific shop in Berlin that sells very unique things, and especially perfumes. So the way they sell perfumes are interesting. I forget the name now, but the day I was supposed to go, we were supposed to go with our friend. They happened to be closed, unfortunately, so next time. So and one of the beautiful things that have come with this hobby is meeting people that have the same passion for as you, for the hobby. And some of my best friends I've met through this hobby, and without a doubt that has been the most cherished treasure for me that I've received through this hobby. So, and I'm doing this video because a dear friend of mine whom I met through this hobby, and I had the pleasure of meeting her for the first time doing this trip in Paris. She asked me a couple of times, so I said I have to do it, so I will do it. Like, so Sandra, this is for you. Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure getting to meet you in person, and I cannot wait until the next time. So without further ado, let's start with our video of what I bought in Paris and Berlin now. So for the first leg of the trip, we spent a few days in Paris, and on the second day of the trip, I believe, we went to Trudon, the candle company. And as you probably know already, I have a few perfumes from them and I love. So I had 4 perfumes already, so these are the 5th and 6th. So this is their latest release from the permanent collection, which is called Absolu. So ABSOLU. And most of them have a sleeve, and this is the this leaf here. It doesn't say who made it, who designed it. So I would check. I will do individual videos of them eventually because they are worth. And so this is Absolu, and same Paulo design as the other ones. This is a very, very nice, warm, cozy orange blossom with a resinous, thick base. So it's not that classic. It's a very, like the other one, the next one from Trudon has a really nice orange blossom in it too, but it's a lot brighter, it's a lot sunnier. This is not it. It goes more into the like to the heavier side. So it is a beautiful warm orange blossom with touches and layers of iris, which adds this beautiful sheer thin layer of powder, and it's really, really beautiful. So this is Absolu. I went there. I've worn this a couple times. Our trip was in October, so I haven't had a lot of time to wear it because I've been wearing others. And this, the second one I bought at the same time, which was Isla. This is a limited edition. None of these perfumes that were acquired in this trip are groundbreaking or anything extraordinary or anything like that, but to me they're all very, very good, and I really love them all, especially after trying them, because I think I've worn, at least with the exception of the last one, which was just once that I've worn it, I think there was twice each of them. This was 3 times because I wore this at the shop right before I bought it, because actually I tried it on and then I put on a lot of it, and then I went outside walking, and then I came back. This is Isla. It's a really, really nice citrus. Imagine, I'm not a beachy person. I don't love beaches. I prefer mountains and lakes over beaches. I like, but yes, I do like beaches. I just don't prefer them over mountains and lakes. But this to me feels very much like a fresh day, not a hot day at a beach, and it's a very beautiful citrus, slightly floral with a tiny little hint of wood, fresh wood, like I would say cedar, or could be something in those lines, and it's very refreshing. It's like drinking a very cold cocktail under the sun on a beach, and it's very relaxing. It's a very different take on from this. They're very different perfumes. This is a limited edition, so I felt like I should buy it because it hasn't been available in Canada. Canada has 2 shops that sell Trudon. Neither of them have it, and I could have purchased this online from the American website, but it would have been a lot more because of shipping plus the exchange. Canadian dollar isn't as super strong right now, so it would have been yeah, it was the smart choice buying there because it was a lot cheaper, because I got the tax deducted part of it. So it's very citrus, oily, but it's not sharp to that point of like makes you sneeze kind of thing, because I think the florals add a really balance to it, which prevents it from being too sharp. So the next ones, they were from, I talked to a friend before because I had looked at these before, but they were very hard to find, not available in Canada, so you cannot try them anywhere. In the States, I don't know where they're sold in the States, but online. And before going to on the strip, I looked online, and for some reason I thought Dita's website, which is American, didn't ship to Canada, the perfumes. So I thought, well, I talked to a friend. He brought these perfumes to my attention, actually, because I had looked at them a long time ago when they were being released. Don't remember exactly when that was, but maybe a couple years ago, a little less, a little more. I don't remember exactly. And he told me, hey, take a look at these perfumes from Dita. Maybe you find them, maybe you like them. Let me know what you think of them. So fine. And then I couldn't find them in France. It was very hard. I did some online research, and nowhere I could find them in France. But then apparently Germany is the main distributor of her brand in Europe. So I could find that Rossmann, that's not how you pronounce it. So Rossmann and Douglas in Germany are the official retailers of Dita Von Teese perfumes. So I did some research online trying to locate which locations would have these perfumes, and apparently 4 or 5 of them had, but then the first one I went to, only 1 bottle of each was available, and the testers that were there were completely empty, like nothing would spray out of it. So for the price, I was shocked by the price. They were actually quite a bit cheaper than what they're sold for in the States. So I ended up buying 1 of each blindly because I couldn't smell them. But for the price, I was just like, yeah, I just have to buy them all. So I bought 3, 1 of each, and then I went to 2 more shops nearby where, from the same company, where apparently they were available online, and they weren't. So I just gave up my search, and I told my friend, hey, I couldn't find more of them. I just bought them blindly for myself, so I will let you know what I think of them later when I open them. So this is what they are. So there were 3. Victresse. It's a really elegant packaging. It doesn't feel cheap. I really think they're good quality, especially the bottles. They're beautiful. For the price, like inside, it's like not super fancy, and I think the bottles are really elegant too, like really beautiful, of good quality too. And I don't think they're painted. I think the glass itself actually is this color, but I could be wrong. And what does this smell like? This is a really nice sandalwood. I'm not one to judge the quality, if it smells, if they use natural versus synthetic, I don't know. For the price, I wouldn't say they use a huge, quantity, or I don't know. It wasn't expensive, so I don't. But then it comes to that point of price and quality. Price, not necessarily when you pay much for something, it means that it's the best quality. There's a lot of advertising. There's a lot of marketing behind, good marketing. I have experiences with products from really high-end brands that were garbage, honestly, and I wouldn't advise you to buy that specific product from that brand, judged by the experience that I had. But I've also bought very good quality products for a tenth of the price of what I paid for that same product from the high-end brand. So price and quality, they don't really always go hand in hand. It doesn't, just because you're paying a fortune for a product, it would necessarily mean that it's the best product or the best quality. It's a really good, the opening, it starts very strong, like a sandalwood, but not pungent. You know, not like, oh my god, super woody. No, it's, I haven't checked the notes of any of these, to be honest. And this is a woody perfume, I would say sandalwood with some green notes too, and it's mostly sandalwood indeed, and with some green and yellow notes. I would say mortel maybe, because there's something slightly bitter here that I find very interesting. But the dry down, it becomes, it morphs into something else that's very interesting. It goes more floral. I will go more into depth when I talk about it specifically. This is Vedette. All the boxes are the same, just the difference is the color and the name of the perfume. And I believe they're all eau de parfum. Yes, they're all eau de parfum. This is it. Really, really beautiful ruby red. Dita Vaniteese, I love her. I had to get these, giving you a little bit of a background why I got them. I love her work. I think her passion for her craft, it's second to none. I really, really admire and appreciate what she does. Keeping that craft alive, to me, is very special. And any person who invests that much passion and love for that's something they're passionate about, to me, it's worth, you know, it's worth my attention and it's worth my care. And if this is the only way that I have to support her work, because I haven't had the chance and opportunity to see her performing, that's something that I really, really want to do. Actually, it's in my bucket list because I love what she does. I would really, really love to see that. But since I haven't had the chance and the opportunity to do that yet, this is my way of endorsing her work and her craft. And I wouldn't expect anything. These bottles are beautiful. I really think they're beautiful. The perfumes aren't like I said, that none of them are groundbreaking. It's almost like you've smelled them all before. You've smelled something, you know something that they smell like. But I'm a fan, and I just had to get them. Just like my husband got his Harry Potters, I had to get these. And they're actually quite elegant and quite good. So this one, for being woody and darker, I would see her wearing, you know, like a dark black-ish maybe corset, and with a really dark makeup, but like doing that thing she does so well. It's just wonderful. This one is the one that I would actually wear the least. I would reach for the least, because it's a very jammy rose. But when I mean jammy rose, I literally mean jammy rose, like jam, you know, like a spread on a butter, like spreadable rose confiture. So it's very red. It's like this color here indeed, because there's this tea house that my husband and I love going to. We go to it every time we go to Paris, at least twice. It's called Mariage Frère. They've been around in France for a long time, and in at least 2 locations they have the tea house where you can actually sit down and order tea or food, and everything that you order food related is infused with tea. So the table salt that they have, it's infused with tea, with different types of teas that they have, and the desserts as well, and savory dishes as well. So everything that's in there is somehow infused with tea. And they also sell jams or jellies that are also infused with tea. And they have one, I do not remember what's the name right now, but actually I have it here. It's Eros. Eros. I'm not sure if you pronounce the S or not, but Eros, like the Greek god, and it's very rosy, but it has it has the sweetness that's very light from a jelly. You know, that's why it makes me think of that, because it starts with this very red, jammy, in terms of but edible rose, and then right after that you start getting the berries, so raspberries and lychee, because it's light, it's quite sweet in the opening, but then in the dry down it changes to something else too. I find it it's interesting in the opening. It's not necessarily something that I go for often, like as I just mentioned, but the dry down is quite beautiful too, and I really enjoyed, especially in the dry down, or mostly in the dry down. The last one, but definitely not least one, is this one, Vaniteese. And this is what you would expect by the color of the packaging, and by the color of the bottle, also by the texture, because this is more matte than the other two. You can even hear it. This is powdery. Very powdery. So it's what you would expect. A dressing, like a dresser in a dressing room that's covered with makeup on top. So lipsticks and you know, the powder, the blush powders, and like a very vintage dresser with violets, like everything that you know, you get that powdery, the dusty smell of violets and iris. It's a very good perfume, and I love how this actually just reflected the light. It's quite nice. These were actually already out of the boxes and on the shelf, but I figure I should take it out to show you. And yeah, it's that, but it's not overly, you know, it's not super powdery. There's something in here that adds a little bit of human body to it, but not Guerlain style, you know, like not the you know what I mean. It's more clean. It's a lovely perfume, and all of them in the dry down, they morph beautifully into something else. Are they super complex and like, oh my god, no, they're very, these three, they're very nice perfumes. In terms of celebrity perfumes, I think she did a very good job, because from packaging to final product on the skin, I think these are really good, and I think you can see her, you know, her passion in these perfumes. And the last one, but definitely not least, was the Vétiver Écarlate by La Saison Parfumeur. And this is, I believe it's a garden collection. I really loved all of them. There was one that is tonka bean and cauliflower, I believe, and that one really caught my attention too. I was in between this and that one and another one, but I could only make myself buy one. So this was the chosen one because I found that it's very interesting, and I really do get the idea of it, of especially the inspiration behind it. So Vétiver Écarlate is because it's a green scarlet vetiver. So, which is interesting because maybe the scarlet is from like a red tomato, because this is supposed to be, as you can probably see in the packaging, tomato vines and tomato leaves, lots of tomatoes. So this is beautiful, and I really love this. This is let me show you the bottle. Gorgeous, really good perfume. And so it says, a tomato leaf crumpled between fingers with a fresh zing of grapefruit on a vetiver base. Very rarely you get what they say, like you get what they're trying to describe, but this is it. It's delicious. The green is so beautiful. It's almost like literally you crumbled tomato leaves in between your fingers, and you get that green, slightly fuzzy smell. It's almost like it has the texture, and it's so good. It's so good. To me, there's a perfume that this reminds me of, but I find this to be a better version of it in terms of wearability. It's the Venice from Dita. I love that perfume. I believe I talked about it here. I love it. I wear it, but I don't wear it often because it only came in those tiny little travel vials. So it's very sad because I would love to wear more of it, but since I don't have much of it, I'm a bit stingy with it. But now I got this, and I will wear it a lot more because it's beautiful, and it doesn't feel like a salad. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like it has this herbal, beautiful thing that comes from the tomato leaf and the tomato itself, but it's just really gorgeous, very comforting. There's something very comforting about this smell. I don't really know exactly what it is, but it's lovely. I'm so glad about this. So Vétiver Écarlate, and then there was the two more Harry Potter perfumes from my husband, but he hasn't opened them yet, so I wouldn't talk about them. So that was pretty much it. This was and there were two more that I bought, but they're backups from Guerlain, so they don't really count. So thank you very much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful time wherever you are. Bye.